This is Captain Soban of the fleet, Farron Shaw.
We have arrived in Sector 112 and request targeting data.
Hello everyone, this is Captain Soban. Welcome aboard to Starship Normal Prize for another episode of Homeworld. Is it possible? Oop, that's the wrong keyboard. There we go. Guard the harvester. There we go. Okay, so you guys, I'm glad you guys are enjoying this series so far, and also one of you guys gave me a little bit of a hint. If you hold down Control and click, it allows you to build 5 at a time. That's going to help me so much. Thank you guys so much for that advice.
Production underway.
But this week's episode, we're going to do attack bombers and see if we can beat 2 AIs using only attack bombers. I also forgot to cue the usual stuff that we use for this series.
Construction commencing.
Or 2 harvesters and 4 carriers. So attack bombers should be a little bit easier. They build a lot faster than cloak fighters, even though they're still the second slowest, but it makes sense based off of their technology. But attack bombers are usually, they actually are just slightly more powerful than cloak fighters. Very interesting. But they are designed, and I think they're the slowest fighter too. They are designed to take out super capital ships. They aren't really designed for fighter versus fighter combat. They don't have the speed, they don't have the armor, and I believe their weapons travel slower than the kinetic turrets of the other ships. So they're not really designed for fighters. So, oops, I forgot to retire you. Thought I clicked on all of you guys. So I believe we shouldn't have any problems against destroyers, missile destroyers, frigates, but the enemy brings in a large group of like multi-gun corvettes or like interceptors. Those are the ones that we're going to have trouble with. In the last episode, some of you guys were trying to give me some advice on how to actually win with the cloak fighters. I think some of you guys were suggesting using sphere formation and moving the mothership around to try to throw the AI off. I thought about it, and using sphere formation probably would have helped in the short term. But if I did enough DPS and the AI realized, hey, this fleet attacking me is a threat, and started attacking the cloak fighters, they would have just been completely wiped out because the cloak fighters wouldn't have been able to move because you don't move in spear formation. You just target the enemy and shoot. So I think it would have helped out in the short term, but in the long term, it probably would have ended up in the same exact result. And when it comes to moving the mothership around and stuff like that, if we do some special versions of this series, we'll be doing that. But the point of this series is didn't I tell you guys to harvest? Must have not clicked the button all the way or something. Oh, right, I had them selected, but I forgot I still had a light corvette that I had to retire. So never mind. But this is an experimental series, which means that I don't really care if we win or lose. The point is to try out a specific tactic and see if we can use it to beat the AI with, which in this one is spamming attack bombers. So we're not going to be moving the mothership, we're not going to be repairing the mothership, we're not going to be repairing the attack bombers, we're not going to be repairing the carriers that we build. We're just going to be experimenting to see if we can just beat the enemy with just numbers, and that's it. So yeah, maybe in the future we'll do some sort of skirmish series where we can try other tactics, but for now we're just completely focusing on numbers. And we already have our first round of attack bombers, so let's go ahead, bring them back here, tell them to guard the resource controller, and it looks like we are already out of resources. Because they cost attack bombers cost the same as cloak fighters, but build a lot quicker. So yeah, we're probably going to have a money issue on this round, which means that bounties will definitely be useful for us. Okay, we got our first carrier built already. That was pretty quick. So let's go ahead and queue our 100 attack bombers.
Production underway.
It took about 15 attack bombers to build a carrier instead of like 7 or 8. So I think attack bombers build like twice as fast as a cloak fighter. Pretty awesome. Carrier, you know what to do. Move over here. And now we will continue waiting until we get more attack bombers. I think after we get done with the attack bombers, we're going to be messing around a little bit with some unusual tactics that some of you guys have come up with, like using the mothership as a way to try to kill the AI and just build support frigates to keep the mothership alive. That's an interesting idea because the AI actually don't use support frigates, so the mothership does do enough damage to actually kill a heavy cruiser and destroyer class ships. It just takes a really, really long time. In fact, when I used to mess with this on Mission 11, I had a situation where I lost my entire fleet and the only thing was left was the enemy heavy cruiser and my mothership. So I used the mothership to try to kill the heavy cruiser. I didn't win, but I got the heavy cruiser all the way down the flaming, which is actually kind of impressive. And I think the same thing happened where I had a destroyer coming up against the mothership, and all I had was the mothership, and the mothership was able to win. Of course, the mothership was about to die. It was in the red, but the mothership by itself can handle the destroyer without any support. So yeah, I'm looking forward to recording that one, and the one that I said I think last week where we build mine layer corvettes and just create a giant minefield in front of the mothership and try to use that as a way to keep the mothership alive. That's another one I kind of want to mess around with and see if we can do. But we got more attack bombers. Let's bring them down here. Stop protecting our harvesters. And we will continue to wait until we get more attack bombers to defend our resource operations. Now again, I know I don't really have to do this. Like, I could just have the attack bombers here, but I have actually noticed that the AI is smart enough to realize that if I have a strong defensive group around our harvesters, it'll go straight for the mothership. That's what it did in the Cloak Fighter series. Instead of coming over here and being like, oh, you only have 40 fighters guarding this and you have 100 guarding your mothership. Okay, so we'll destroy your harvesting operations. So yeah, the AI, even though isn't extremely smart, but they do have some sort of intelligence. Also, I'm kind of curious to see how they change when we set the enemy to hard. I think what I want to do is once we go through all of the ships and figure out which ships can actually win just using the spamming tactic, I want to take that ship and then try it on hard, because the enemy won't build heavy cruisers or hyperspace unless they're set to hard. And we'll probably keep hyperspacing off just to have some sort of advantage. Otherwise, they're going to wipe us out really quickly because they'll be hyperspacing up here and then down here and then over here and then just overwhelming the mothership. Wow, got another 10. They're definitely building faster than the other one. All right, you guard this one. We need 10 more. And then we'll have our harvesting fleet all defended. Okay, we now have 10, which means we now have our harvesting fleet completely defended. Boop. And we got our second carrier built. Wow, this is actually going surprisingly well. I'm pretty impressed. So let's go ahead and go to our second carrier. Queue up all of the attack bombers.
Construction commencing.
And now, whatever we build will be used to guard the mothership. Now, since these ships are designed for anti-capital ship stuff, 100, I would feel pretty comfortable guarding the mothership with 100 of them. They'll also give us enough to hopefully overwhelm any fighters and corvettes that come in to try to attack us. Let's move you right there. There we go. There we go. So we will continue harvesting. I will continue building up the fleet, and I will cut to I'll cut whenever the enemy actually does something to us. Huh. Okay, I just learned something new in my video recording software. You click the space bar on the main computer and it turns the recorder off. Weird. Well, it doesn't turn the recorder off, it just hides whatever you have selected in the in OBS. Okay, good to know. I meant to do this. I was hitting the wrong keyboard. Anyways, we have about 34 attack bombers. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably split these into 2 groups of 50. One of them is gonna be in wall formation and the other one's gonna be in sphere formation. And what I'm probably gonna do is have the sphere formation attack first to get the attention, and then use the wall formation to, you know, do additional damage. Because one of the advantages or one of the things that fighters do is they attack and then they fly past, pull around, attack, fly past. And attack bombers are kind of slow, so it's going to take a while for them to turn around once they attack. Because some of you guys were saying that sphere formation would probably make this a little bit better, but my problem is it might be doing too much TPS, which will cause the AI to turn around and just start, you know, killing all of the fighters in sphere formation. We'll see. Again, this is an experiment, so we're just going to mess around and see what happens. Alrighty, carrier number 3 is complete. Let's go ahead and queue everything.
Production underway.
There we go. Go ahead and build this back up. Build these ones back up. Just to make sure that they're always constantly building something. Okay. Also, I'm kind of curious about something. Okay, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Okay, I was curious if I held down Shift or held down Alt if it would build in different queue numbers, but it seems like Control's the only one that actually does anything. Alright, so we now have our 50 attack bombers. We'll go ahead and put them in sphere formation. So once we start, probably should fill in the sphere formation first. So when they start coming in to attack us, we can overwhelm the enemy with our firepower instead of using our speed. We will see. I think they do have a group moving in right now. We'll start moving our harvesters over here, but this is usually when we start getting attacked. We're about 20 minutes into the into game time, and about 20-25 is, or 25-30 is usually when they start attacking. There we go. We have a full sphere formation with 60 attack bombers. Hee. I am really curious to see how much damage we can do. They do look like they are bringing in some units, so we will have to get that going here in a second. Let's go ahead and move all of our harvesters over here to these asteroids. Grab our giant ball of attack bombers. And we'll see what we can do. Alrighty. Mine layer corvettes. Let's see what these guys can do. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna stick with spear formation. That was a lot more firepower than I thought it would be. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just dumb and stubborn sometimes, but I always enjoyed wall formation. Spear, I always think of as a defensive formation, which it is. Spear formation is unique because it's actually the most aggressive and most defensive formation in the game. It's most defensive when you use it to guard a unit because it surrounds it with protection. It's also the most aggressive because they'll surround the enemy and just point blank shoot at them. So yeah, this might be, we may eventually have to go back and try the cloak fighter ones and try with using sphere formation instead of wall formation. That might make a big difference. But okay, so that's all they brought was a couple of mine layer corvettes. Interesting. I do have another group coming in, and it looks like groups from this area are starting to trickle in too, so let's see how well we can handle these guys. Attack the salt frigates first. Let's see what we can do. And dead. Alright, attack this one. They actually are pushing back the ship. That's amazing. Attack that one. Attack it from all angles. Now, like I said, the only problem is they are sitting right now, which means he can actually actively get it. What do you call it? Shots off. But they're doing so much damage right now that it doesn't really matter. Okay, this is awesome. We only lost like 3. And we have a lot more available. Hee hee. So apologize for being so stubborn. I'm just dumb sometimes. Oh boy. So now we have 84 attack bombers. We're looking pretty good. I'm probably gonna bring that up to like 120, and I'll probably feel good. Again, that's also because I expect to lose some ships when they're in this type of formation, because they don't have any speed or maneuverability. They're just all aggressive. So yeah. There's a group coming in over here. Our harvesters are still going over there in that direction. So yeah, we'll build up to 120, and then we'll start building up a another group of. Yeah, I probably should.
Group 1 reassigned.
Put all those in a group, and we'll start building up an attack group to start destroying the motherships. But so far, I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm feeling pretty confident that we'll be able to handle this after that first round of a battle. But we also haven't been fighting anything that these ships are weak against. These ships are designed for capital ships. They're not designed for like corvettes or fighters or missile destroyers. So if like the cloak fighter one, if they bring in like 2 or 3 missile destroyers, that will significantly reduce our numbers. But we should be able to knock them out pretty quickly, since these ships specialize against capital ships. Let's see. Looks like we do have a group coming in. Let's go ahead and move our giant ball of death down a little bit. This group, this AI over here, looks like they're starting to send units in. Oh boy. Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Carrier complete.
Okay, first off, let's go ahead, since I can do this super quickly now, let's go ahead and get this going.
Construction commencing.
Oh crap, they're attacking.
Resources depleted.
Kill the missile destroyer. We're gonna lose some fighters this time. Good, good. Kill these guys. We're losing attack bombers left and right. Okay, but we did a lot better than I expected to do. Group 1. Alright, good. Now kill the destroyer. That reduced our fleet a lot, from like 85 to right now we're down to 58. Everyone's getting in position because we're losing units, so they're rearranging themselves. I don't know what I would do if I was this destroyer. I'd just be like, well, where's the ejection pod? We gotta get out of here quickly. Yeah. I keep losing one or two ships, so they keep moving around to different positions in the sphere. Alright, you guys get back to base. We have quite a big fleet over here chasing our harvesting operations. Interesting.
Resources depleted. All jobs on hold.
They broke out of their sphere formation because I guess I lost so many. But we were able to pretty much rebuild our entire attack bomber army from all the bounties that we gathered. So that's pretty cool.
Backup assigned to Group 1.
So even though that was kind of a major loss for us because we lost like 30 attack bombers, we were able to use the resources from bounties to rebuild it. So not quite as bad as we think. But this AI is pretty much focusing on fighting the harvesting operations. So this is gonna be fun. They have a few defenders protecting a missile destroyer. And they have another missile destroyer back here. A couple assault frigates. I don't think if 40 attack bombers are going to be able to wipe all this out. At least not by themselves. But let's try it. That's all we can do.
Group 3 designated.
That's not what I...
Group 2 designated.
I want to make you guys group 3. Alright, let's see what we can do.
Group 2, better attack.
Alright, focus on the thing you guys can actually target. Go, go, go. No, they're getting wiped out too fast. Too many missiles, too many bullets. Probably would have been better if I did wall formation there. Oh well, Harvesters, he lived a good life.
Destroyed.
So I hope you...
3 has been defeated.
Wait, where did the asteroids here go? They're apparently above me. Good to know. Here comes the mighty Titan army. Oh my god. They have 4 destroyers, 2 missile destroyers, 4 assault frigates, 6 assault frigates. Are they still sending more units in? I'm actually curious to see if the it's not what I wanted you to do. I'm actually curious to see if the AI builds more destroyers than the original limit if you have unit caps turned off.
Under attack.
Bet it does. They're up to 6 destroyers right now. So if this one right here is a destroyer, that would be pretty interesting. Our harvesters are being attacked. Nothing I can do about it. They serve their purpose. They gathered resources, gave me a jump start to our death sphere.
Resourcer under
Hey,
attack.
we have 100.
Assuming sphere formation.
Cool.
Non-combat ship
Alright.
lost.
I think we need a combat song going on now.
Resourcer lost.
There we go. I know this isn't the Tyrannic Raiders, but
Resourcer.
it will do.
Resourcer under attack.
Because it will feel like the Tyrannic Raiders are attacking once they get closer. There's a lot of firepower to go around. Oh boy, I hope I can handle it.
Standing by.
We're gonna have to go out super aggressive in order to handle all this. Boop, boop. We have 101 Dalmatians. 101 little teeny tiny Dalmatians. Doo-doo. Alrighty. Now, if we can survive this wave, we should be able to survive the mission. If we don't survive the wave, well, then we don't survive the wave. Alright, boys. I hope all of you guys had your drinks, had your rest. We're about to go into a major battle. Major battle of epic Titanic proportions. Alrighty, here we go. Let's go, let's go. I do like how they do so much damage that they push the enemy back.
Resource injection.
It's pretty crazy.
Unidentified.
There we go. Okay. Let's take care of the missile destroyer. God, that's a lot of destroyers. There we go. Take care of this missile destroyer. Okay, take care of these fighters. Stop moving!
Carrier under attack.
Alright, they're attacking the carrier. Screw those fighters. Boo.
Spear locked in. Target acquired.
Over here and attack these. Come on.
Attack clearance received. Under attack.
Group 1, what are you doing? Get over here.
Confirmed. Carrier under enemy fire. Underway.
Thank you.
Intercept course.
Attack this. Don't worry about those fighters. You're not good against them. Do. Good.
Locked on target.
I like how we literally pushed them. That's awesome. We're gonna lose that carrier though. I don't think I can kill these things fast enough. Even though we are killing them very quickly.
Carrier lost.
Yeah, we lost one carrier. These frigates die super quickly.
Target confirmed. Attack clearance received.
This is awesome. We lost one carrier. Oh well.
Locked on target. Attack complete. Hold me to call here. Engaging.
Still got 2 of those defenders left.
Group 1 to combat stations. Target destroyed. Entering holding pattern.
Beware the attack bomber thingy.
Complete. Intercept course.
Cool. Alrighty. Let's grab everyone else.
Flight pattern to sphere formation. Destination locked in.
So we survived the wave. We lost one carrier because of these fighters. My guys got too ambitious and got too involved in wanting to kill the fighters instead of actually killing the destroyers, you know, the main threat to the enemy. But I also wasn't expecting to waste so much time killing the fighters. I was expecting it quickly, but like I said, I kind of the attack bomber projectiles are a lot slower than the like interceptor and scout projectiles, so they have a hard time targeting fighters. Oh well, we'll have to make do with 3. So we have 139. That should be more than enough to defend the mothership. So whatever now that we build this fleet, we're going to be using to start killing the AIs. So let's go ahead and start killing these assault bombers. Assault frigates, not bombers. Because yeah, these guys wow, they die extremely quickly. So this will be more than enough to handle protecting the mothership.
Destination confirmed.
So now we're gonna build up to, I mean, probably 80. I think 80 is all we're really gonna need. Go away. Also, my mouse is still doing that double click thing, so I probably need to order a new one soon. For those of you who are wondering why do I need to order a new mouse already, didn't I buy one like a month ago? This is a different computer which uses a different mouse, and this mouse is really old. It's a M100 Logitech from who knows when, early 2000s. It's been like a backup mouse for a long time, and I've been using it on this XP computer that I use to record this series. So I need to find a mouse that's compatible with Windows XP. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun research to do. Also, we don't need the battle music on anymore. The main thread is over. So let's go to my favorite track, which is this one right here, the tutorial soundtrack. Out of all the Homeworld 1 songs, this one is probably my favorite.
Group 2 assigned.
Next to the Mission 10 one, but that's just because it's part of my favorite mission of all time in Homeworld. Oh yeah, you can tell the game's starting to lag a little bit. We're getting too many fighters. Reaching the limits of a Windows XP Pentium 4 computer. The Death Sphere. I really wish there was a way to have a higher limit of 1,000 per like the amount of units you select. I'm sure there's a mod or something that increases it. Because I would love to have like a sphere of like 10,000 ships just to see like how big of a sphere formation that would be. That would be amazing.
Resources depleted. All jobs on hold.
Alright, we've ran out of resources. It doesn't look like the AI is bringing a whole lot in. They do have a couple of units coming in down here. But we have 63.
Establishing sphere formation.
I
Group 2 reassigned.
am getting a little overconfident, but I believe this should be enough to kill one of the AIs. As long as they don't have a whole bunch of defenders or something like that.
Standing by.
Which I think, yeah, the AI still has a couple defenders here just sitting there. Because they were guarding a unit and I destroyed the unit that they're guarded, so they just sat there and did nothing. But let's go ahead and take our attack bombers and we will go ahead and move them out. Stop hitting me! You don't have anything to defend you anymore. Alrighty, we have another group of frigates coming in. Let's see how quickly we can kill these. This is going to actually be pretty hilarious. And we have a missile destroyer and some other destroyers coming in over there. Boop boop, boop boop, boop boop. Dead. Dead. That is amazing. And dead. It's like one round. I don't know why I told you to attack that first. Do it anyways. Destroy the missile destroyer. Destroyed Yang Can frigate. Nice. Okay. I think we lost like 6 fighters. Amazing. These guys are still on their way to kill the first AI. So when we get there, we'll start engaging. See how long it takes us to kill the Titan mothership in sphere formation. Now, like I said before, normally when I go in aggressive, I usually use wall formation. because you just have a gigantic wall of enemy units, or a gigantic wall of firepower that just comes in, swoops at you, flies away, and it swoops at you again. But I always forget how aggressive sphere formation is when you use it to actually target enemies, because every single one of your ships has range of the enemy and can shoot at it. Again, like I said, it does make the ships extremely vulnerable, especially fighters, because they can't use their speed to their advantage. But it is very, very aggressive. All right, guys, let's do it.
Resources depleted. All jobs on hold.
Let's kill the mothership.
Enemy contact.
Will 63 be enough? Hopefully. As it looks like some of their heavy corvettes are moving, their missile destroyers are starting to get involved. Will they have enough to actually defend their mothership? Like I said, the problem is being in a super aggressive formation. They can easily pick my units off one by one. Are these multi-gun corvettes? They are. Crap. I'm gonna probably wipe out this entire group.
Carrier reporting damage.
Carrier reporting damage. Boys, do your job.
Unidentified probe detected.
Target acquired.
At least you guys can kill them like in one round.
Group 2 to combat stations.
Hold and engage. We got contact.
Okay, how are we doing? We're down to 16.
2 copies.
Yeah, see, this is the problem about being in a super aggressive formation. They have no, well, they're also fighting multi-gun corvettes, which is the ultimate matchup between attack bombers, because they can just wipe them out. Yeah. They weren't able to kill them.
Group 2 under attack.
Group 2's been defeated.
Group 2 has been defeated.
Okay. Well,
Sphere locked in.
I will come back when we get a larger fleet. Actually, let's just send our main fleet in. We have 40 to defend the mothership. 40 should be enough. And
Resources exhausted.
never mind, we just ran out of resources.
Unidentified probe detected.
Let's alright. Let's take care of these guys.
Resource injection received.
Go. So we can get some bounties.
Target destroyed. Holding pattern locked.
Okay, kill the missile destroyer.
Target confirmed.
Alrighty. Now the destroyer.
Intercept course punched in.
This should bring us up to about 2,000 RUs. Alright. We can use that to rebuild our main fleet. But now let's move back out.
Destination confirmed.
And I think 130 attack bombers should be enough. We'll probably... Well, we can't exactly destroy... Well, we might be dead. Nope, we're not dead yet. I thought I paused the game. Apparently I didn't.
Locked in.
Oh well. Yeah, that interruption was actually our neighbor, Richard, who is like an 85-year-old man that takes care of like 300 cows all by himself.
Probe detected.
I don't know how he does it. He is very, very strong, but he was wondering about our peaches because this last couple of years we've always had animals or birds get a hold of our peaches before we can actually get them. This year they didn't. This year we were able to get them before the all the birds and whatnot got them. So yeah, that's what we were talking about. And I thought I paused the game, but apparently I didn't. I think I might have hit the pause button on my main computer, not the XP computer. Oh well. Let's quickly take care of this. Boo 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 boo. There we go. Take care of this one. Ooh, yeah. If I was downstairs for 1 or 2 more minutes, we probably would be dead. Ooh, boy. Boop, 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 boop. Alrighty. Kill the ion cannons.
Unidentified probe detected.
Okay. Woo. Wow. That was a heart attack to come back to, and I'm also happy I didn't actually tell these guys to go all the way up to where they're supposed to go. So we need to go to this direction, I believe. Whew. Yeah. That was fun. That was fun to come back to. But didn't I kill all of you?
Responding.
Oh, apparently there was more.
Tech clearance received.
So yeah, pretty cool. But
Ship is under attack.
Flight pattern 2.
let's get everyone going.
Locked on target.
But that's what the dogs were barking at. Thought it was the mailman. Nope, it was our neighbor.
Engaging.
Go, kill this assault frigate. And done. Cool.
Responding.
I believe 130 attack bombers should be enough to kill the AI. This time they don't have anything defending themselves, so let's just stay in sphere formation and go as aggressive as possible. The mothership did actually have time to get repaired.
Received.
I got the graphics just downgraded when all of these weapons went off. That's funny.
Group 1 reading contact.
Flaming.
This quick campaign.
And dead. That was fast. Alright, go ahead, kill this destroyer so we can get the bounty from it before it explodes. That was a lot better than the previous one.
Pattern locked in.
How much do we have left? We still have 122. That should be more than enough to handle the next round.
New heading set.
So let's go ahead and head to the second mothership and pretty much see if we can complete this campaign.
Mothership.
We have 140 attack bombers guarding the mothership now.
Sphere formation confirmed.
Basically, unless the AI
Underway.
is going to do something very specific to wipe out all of those units, like build like 10 missile destroyers, we should have this in the bag. Alrighty, we are approaching the second enemy's mothership. Switch the songs over to the Kadesh battle theme because to me it makes sense. If you saw this many ships coming after you, you would probably be thinking the same exact thing. We are actually not as close as I thought we were, so I'm just going to keep rambling on until the enemy mothership comes into view. There it is. Cool. It actually came into view at a perfect time. Let's switch over to wall formation. I want to see how different this is compared to sphere formation. Let's go aggressive. I have a lot of concentrated fire.
Resources depleted. All jobs on hold.
Flaming. I think there was like 5, 6, 7. 7 rounds and the mothership was dead. Holy crap, that's a lot of firepower. The bombing experts have won. So can you beat 2 AIs on medium on the same team only using attack bombers? Absolutely. As long as they don't bring in a bunch of missile destroyers, defenders, or multi-gun corvettes, you can handle them no problemo. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave a like if you did. If you like what I do, consider subscribing. If you want to watch me live, I do have a Twitch channel. I have not been very active recently, but I'm hoping to get active here soon. I'm planning to probably play a lot of older games off of my old computers because they're still fun to play. I don't know. Sounded good to me in my head. And if you guys want to join my Discord, that's in the video description as well. But until next time, guys, this is Captain Soban signing out.
The Faker have arrived. Emergency hyperspace procedures initiated.